right, so I'm going to show you how fast and easy it is to start our dough. So I'm going to just jump right in. Here's the piece that I saved of my starter. I dump it right back into the dough container, and I'm going to add my 2.5 cups of hot water.
Oh, I accidentally got my finger in it.
Huh?
I accidentally got my finger in it.
Oh, that's okay, as long as you take your finger away again. 2.5. All right. Now we're just going to, you can see in there, use the whisk to just chop that dough piece up. Don't move it too quickly or it'll be blurry. Oops. That's the puppy. All right, so we're just going to chop. Stir it all up. And this aerates the dough and gets the yeast spread into all of the water so that when we add the flour, each bit of flour will have some yeast on it. And all the yeast from the dough won't be in one little lump somewhere. And since it's warm, it gives it a start rising. Now, we don't have to get every single little piece. You just want to break up the big clumps.
I'm just sitting on the cookie.
Keep it focused on you. All right, good enough. Oh, now we're going to put in our salt and our oil. I'm actually out of pink salt right now, so I had to dig in the back of my counter and get my old box of white salt. But Himalayan pink salt is definitely the way to go. Okay, there's a tablespoon of salt. And a tablespoon of oil. Give it a quick spin around. And then we'll get rid of the whisk. The flour won't do well with a whisk. And now 5 cups of flour. Anya, do you want to back up a little bit real quick so you can see all of it? No, just leave this here and just pull it back. There you go. I use King Arthur white whole wheat. It is only white because of the type of whole wheat it is. It's actually not refined. The germ hasn't been removed. None of the bad things for regular enriched white flour. It is a type of completely whole wheat that is lighter in flavor, and it makes very nice whole wheat bread. That's 4 and 5. So King Arthur white whole wheat is my favorite. And then you just stir it in, and it should be fairly nice and loose. I mean, it'll get somewhat stiff towards the end. Anya, can you look where you're pointing, honey? Thank you. It'll get somewhat stiff at the end, but not thick enough to knead at all. Just stirring. Honey, don't move the camera around, please. So depending on the weather, your flour may be drier or more moist, depending on the humidity. So if it looks like, this amount of stiffness is right. But if it's about any stiffer than this, you can just add some more water, another tablespoon or so to pick up those last few bits of flour. It doesn't really matter. So you can see that even though it's really sticky, no, don't go in so far, honey. It's not sticking to the bowl. It's holding together in a nice clump. There's a little bit of dust still around the corners that I'll try to mush in. But that's pretty much it. So it's awful. It's falling apart. It doesn't look like a smooth bread dough. It's just a heap. That is what it's supposed to look like. Nothing pretty about it. And when you pull it apart, and this is important to see the difference later, when you touch it, it's really sticky, and it also breaks apart. It doesn't really stretch because the flour is just barely wet. Later, when we do our folds, you'll see that it goes from an easily breaking apart wad of wet flour into nice, stretchy bread dough. But that's it. So now I will, and you hardly get messy at all. So I will set my lid. You can back up just a little with the camera. There you go, just like that. I'm going to set my lid on, and I usually give it 3 corners and leave this one off because the yeast will create some gases while it starts to rise. And it'll sit like this for 2 hours.